So we're going to create a notebook. So a notebook is tabbed windows that we can quickly flick between. It's very, very useful in certain cases. So the very first thing we have to do is we have to actually import a brand new library. And it is another Tkinter library. So from Tkinter, we're going to import ttk. Now that's going to be really important because we're going to use that straight away, but we're going to create a notebook. So give it the name of the notebook you'd like to create. I'm just going to call it notebook. And then ttk.Notebook. And we're going to attach our notebook to our master, so our window, and we're going to give it a width of 400. Just like so. Now we can start putting our tabs in. So tab 1 is going to equal a ttk.Frame. So we looked at frames before, and it's just attaching a frame to one of the tabs. And again, that's going to be attached to the notebook, just like so. And then the last thing we have to do is actually just add it as well to the notebook as a tab. So a couple of steps to do for each tab, and we can also give the tab a name. So for tab 1, I want this to be show items. So it's going to show a list of items. Then once we've got one tab done, we can actually just copy and paste this now, save ourselves a lot of work. So I'm going to only have 3 tabs in my program, making sure to change the tab name for each one. You can have more. And I want to show items, edit items, and delete items for my program. Now, this can be used in multiple ways. You could maybe use this as an RPG, and you could have maybe quests, items, and anybody in your party. And then finally, we just need to add the notebook. We just need to pack that, or add it to a grid layout, depending on what layout you're using, but we just need to add it, and then we can run the module. And you'll see we've got show items, edit items, delete items as little tabs. Now currently there's nothing on these, so we're just going to add an item to each one very, very quickly. So I like actually adding them below, and I like having just some comments for each one, just so we can quickly see for each one what it does. So I'm just going to quickly add a label to each one. I'm just going to copy and paste the label in from another program. So tab 1 label equals label. I'm adding it to tab 1. So we're not adding it to the master, we're adding it to tab 1. And I've got a bit of text that just says, this is tab 1. And then we're packing it, and I'm packing it to the top as well. So we can actually do layouts inside of these programs as well. I'm going to do the same for tab 2. And I'm going to say this is tab 2. And for this one, I want to pack it to tab 2 as well. And again, one thing we just need to be careful of when copy and pasting is that this is also set to a different variable name, because if not, we're going to override the other one. So we can now run this. And we've got show items. This is tab 1, it's just the label. This is tab 2, and we didn't add anything to tab 3, so this is just empty. So you see that all 3 of these are their own separate windows. And this can be really useful if you've got lots of items you want to keep available without having to reload them each time. So if you're doing something like stock management, and you wanted all the items to be loaded up, this is very, very handy because you can load them all up when the program starts running. You can have a bit of a load time there, and then you can just quickly flick between these, and there's no more load time until you need to refresh everything.